Hello and welcome back to the Academic Society. It's Toyin here. I am very excited about this video. You have made it to part 5, the final part of this YouTube series on how I became an award-winning college lecturer. So I've been taking you through the journey from grad school to teaching in grad school to going on job interviews and submitting job applications to starting my job and all of that. And now we are here at the final video where I tell you exactly how I became an award-winning college lecturer. If you missed the previous parts, I've created a playlist for you, so you can find that playlist in the description of this video. So last time I talked about how I was approached by my department head to apply for early promotion. So in this video, I'll talk about my application for early promotion and how that led to me winning my teaching award. So let me introduce myself. If you're new here, I am Toyin. I'm the founder of the Academic Society. I got my PhD in math, landed my dream job as a lecturer, and I also create these videos about time management, productivity, and my academic lifestyle. Okay, so it was, it was the spring of 2020. Before the pandemic happened, my department head came into my office and said, "You have done a lot." And there are cases where you could be promoted early because you've done all the things required to be promoted to senior lecturer. And I was like, oh, wow, I never even considered that I had a whole nother year before I would have normally been eligible for promotion, but it gave me a little boost. I was like, oh, I've been doing the right things. And so, the pandemic happened, everyone went home, and over the summer, my department head said, okay, if we're gonna go for this early promotion, we need to put together your promotion dossier. And I was like, what is a promotion dossier? I had no idea. I was like, is this something that I write? Is this and so it's actually like a collaborative thing, right? It's something that my department head put together, but it's based on my work. So I have to provide him all of the evidence that I am eligible for promotion, and he puts it together in one single document. So I want to talk about the whole promotion dossier and what that looks like. All right, so it was about August, the end of August, where I'm like, okay, I need to get this promotion dossier because it's going to go to the department in September. And so the first thing that I started writing was my reflections. So this is just my reflection of teaching and being in my position over the past, I guess, 4.5 years, or 4 years at that point. And so I just wrote down everything that I learned, everything that I taught, everything that I did in my classes, all of the things that I added to the department. It was almost like a CV, but in like reflection style, with me like thinking back and putting together themes and like lessons learned. So I like put together a draft of this, and I sent this to my friend who was the one who worked with me on all of the course design. And I was like, okay, here's my reflections. What do you think? He was like, it's great, but it's like very chronological, like a CV. And I was like, yeah, isn't that what it's supposed to be? Apparently I should be finding themes. So he was like, I noticed these 3 main themes in what you wrote, and you should restructure it so that it highlights those things. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I basically summed up my 4-year experience being a college lecturer into 3 main themes, and that's what I wrote about. And I think it turned out pretty well. So that was the first part, the reflections, and that ended up being like 6 pages. Then there was the CV, so my updated CV of all of the things that I've been doing, all of my talks and workshops and classes taught, all of the things. Then I needed letters from colleagues. So I think I had about 4 or 5, maybe 5 to 6. I can't remember the exact number because I actually didn't ask everyone. So I asked people who I wanted to write letters for me, and then also the department head asked people on my behalf to write letters for me. So I actually don't exactly know who all wrote letters for me. So I know I at least had 5 letters of recommendation from my colleagues, attesting to my work and my dedication to the department, and recommended me for early promotion. Then there were also letters from students, and I didn't do this as well. So the department actually reached out to my students for me. So I created a list of students who I felt that I really made an impact on, and they reached out to those students, and those students shared their thoughts about me. I never got to see this, but they did. And then finally, all of that was put together into my dossier that was prepared by my department head, where he kind of framed everything. So he wrote his words and all the things he wanted to say about me, included quotes from the different letters of recommendation I got, quotes from my reflections, and then all of that was put together into a multi-page document, which is my promotion dossier. And also, included in that were also examples of my work, so maybe worksheets or like a workbook I created, links to the lecture videos that I made, all kinds of things, basically all my work in one big document. Okay, so I submitted that by the end of August, and that is when I needed to have it done because it needed to go to the department. So my math department, they actually had to vote to say, should Toyin be promoted early? And so I think it was September of 2020. They did the vote, almost unanimous. Mostly yeses. One person did not say yes. I don't know if it was a no or just a not yes, but that just meant I went through and to the next level. And so later on that fall, I think it was about October, my promotion dossier went to the College of Arts and Sciences. And so a committee in the College of Arts and Sciences reviewed everything. And then the dean got back to me saying, yes, you're moving on to the next stage. And so that was awesome. So then it had to go up to the president of the university, who had to then finally sign off and say yes. Okay, but before this happened, slight detour, my department head was like, well, you did all this work creating your dossier for promotion. There's a teaching award that you could be applying for, and we can just use all the letters and all of this stuff and repurpose it for your teaching award. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't really think much of it. I actually didn't even seek out the teaching award. My department head came to me and said, you should do this. And so I did. I changed up a few things because I think there was a page limit and made things a little shorter. And then that was submitted for the teaching award. And so all of this happened in the fall. So Christmas break happened. I came back and in January, I got an email after like the first or second week of school saying, congratulations, you won the Sandy Beaver Excellence in Teaching Award. I was like, oh my goodness, I just won a teaching award. And so that is when I decided to make this series to share like my whole process for winning this teaching award. And as I was making this series, because I filmed it in multiple days, I got notified in February of 2020. My friend, who was also up for promotion, she texted me, she was like, check your work email. I run to my room, I check my email. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got promoted early to senior lecturer. So I am officially a senior lecturer and I won a teaching award all in the same year. And it just feels amazing. And I'm so happy that I was able to share this with you. But also I am so very like blessed and grateful for my department. My department is so supportive of me. They're like always push me along. They're always excited about the new things that I'm doing. They actually implement my changes and my tweaks. Like whenever I update a course, other people do it as well. And I just have always felt so supported. And so I'm so thankful to have chosen this position and to be able to work in a department where people really see me as a valuable asset to the department, like a contributing member of our community. And it just feels amazing to have a job that I love and to be surrounded by colleagues who support me and motivate me and recommend me for early promotion and for teaching awards. And I also want to thank you. Thank you for supporting me in this channel and in my platform, the Academic Society, and being part of the Academic Society. It motivates me and encourages me to go on as well. And I do think that it helped with my promotion because these are things that I talk about in my reflections and in my annual evaluations, in my CV, and like how I'm making an impact on the academic community through this platform. So you all were part of my promotion and teaching award as well. So I just wanted to say thank you. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I create new videos every Sunday. If you like this video in this series, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And I will see you next time. Bye.